What?
Can you go to debate?
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty new at it. Are you sure you want me to judge your debate if it's going on YouTube?
Yeah, this is just part one, so.
Yeah, it's part one.
All right, we can start now. So I'll just go ahead and say that. Let me just go ahead and send my scans to prove that base Lee and base Sasuke are like said to be equals in speed.
Okay, sure.
What's the debate topic?
Chunin exam Sasuke versus Chunin exam Lee. He has Lee, I have Sasuke.
The rest of my scans is basically Guy says that Sasuke at base is as fast as Lee's average speed. And by average speed it means
you do realize Fifth Gate Lee's like also Lee's average speed?
Yeah, I'm getting to that. So it's not his average speed, it's his above average speed. Because that's not
Why
his
is that? Okay.
Because like
so
weightfully, weights are off. It's his average speed, but when you go to Gates, it's above average. It's not Lee's normal speed. It's just like him kind of amping his speed with his Gates.
Okay, give me a second. Let me just like pull up the definition of what average means.
All right, go ahead. And also, it shows that like when Gaara says that like Sasuke is fast, just like Lee, he's comparing it to like base Lee as well. Like Gaara is also comparing base Lee.
Bro, I swear to God, there's like 200 different definitions. You know what? Never mind.
It's fine. Did you also hear what I said prior?
Yeah.
Like just
I heard what you said.
That.
Okay.
Yeah, I also have that.
So
even Gaara compares it.
Okay.
Right. And we've seen Lee in base with his weights on deal with Sasuke's Sharingan. Like Sasuke like put out a Sharingan in the fight and he just couldn't stop Lee. So I would be able to stop him, especially without weights and with Gates, even with Sharingan.
Because this is a stronger Gaara as well. Like literally, you can't compare these two in any way, except that one statement that says like Sasuke is Gaara's strongest opponent. Except that there's no way to compare the two.
Yeah, but that even though Sasuke did better against a stronger Gaara, that doesn't make him faster. That doesn't prove that he's faster. It just proves that he did better. Plus, he's also, in my opinion, a way better matchup because Taijutsu can't defeat Gaara, but Sasuke had the Chidori, so that made him a better like matchup against Lee.
Oh no, Sasuke was beating Gaara up with Taijutsu as well.
Yeah, I know, no, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, just Taijutsu will not defeat Gaara. So, but Sasuke had the Chidori up his sleeve, which therefore made him a better matchup against Gaara.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So wait, can you like repeat your scaling again?
I don't have a scaling. I just
okay. You think Sasuke didn't get strong enough?
I think he didn't get fast enough. I think he's just not. I just think he can't react to anything that Fifth Gate Lee throws at him. Plus, he also shows no speed feats that Fourth Gate Lee showed. Not even Fifth Gate, Fourth Gate. He was like throwing Gaara in the air. You couldn't even see him on the screen. He would just like fucking with him in the air while like Sasuke was just doing what like kind of like what base Lee did.
Okay,
yeah, but I just think that that's like
opponent. Yeah, okay. Do you realize that strong and fast have like they're correlated in part one?
Yeah, I could see, but like then again, we don't know what strongest opponent means. I just think that again, it's a better matchup. It doesn't make Sasuke stronger. It just like He's a
where are
better
you getting
matchup
this
because of
like?
the Chidori.
Where are you getting this like better matchup from? Is it because like
That's what
he
I
had
interpret it
elemental like
as.
advantage?
No, I think because like just taijutsu alone can't beat Gaara. Like even Guy said it. That like it's just like Lee was just a bad matchup for Gaara. Is the only reason why he lost.
No, no, I'm not. No, okay, wait. I think you're misunderstanding. I never like. I'm not using Gaara to scale here. I'm saying like there's a statement that directly puts Sasuke above Lee. I'm not like there's nothing like Gaara's not related to this. Like I'm not using Gaara to scale at all. Gaara's completely
Mm-hmm.
different. What I'm using to scale
But
is a
it's stated as
statement.
Gaara's strongest opponent,
Yeah,
so
okay,
it doesn't
okay.
have to do with
I
Gaara.
mean, it's calling Sasuke Gaara. Yeah, both of them fought Gaara, but I'm not using like Gaara to scale, if you know what I mean.
Just keep going.
So yeah. So I think like the reason this interpretation is more valid is because like two things. Firstly, we know strength and speed are correlated in part one, and secondly, we know like true lore, Sasuke like has better feats against an even stronger Gaara, and you can't say that it's because of he had a better matchup. Because
No, he had better feats against a stronger Gaara, but that doesn't make him faster
you do
because Gaara
realize?
can get faster. He just got stronger.
Okay, okay. You know what? Since you don't like have a scaling, do you want me to like give my scaling so that I can like back up my interpretation?
Yeah, go ahead, drop your scaling.
All right, but all right. Do you have any problem with the scaling?
Yeah, how is full power Neji equal to fifth gate Lee?
Um, you realize that Lee said like he'll need the fifth gate to like beat Neji, and we know like it's just an assumption he's making. We don't know if he actually knows like Neji's limits. So he thinks at minimum he'll need the five gates to beat Neji. From what he's seen, we don't like of all the flashbacks we've gotten. In none of them, Neji was like even like implied to go all out. And like there's no reason someone will go all out in training. So this is like Neji's like average strength. Lee would need the five gates to like reach his level. Neji at that time didn't even have rotation. He didn't have 64 palms. That's like a weakened Neji that Lee himself thinks he needs the fifth
Because
gate to beat. And then Neji gets stronger.
he had nothing else to use. Because his taijutsu and base he'll lose to. He needed the
Huh?
gates because that's all he had. I
No,
think
I'm saying
that's because
yeah.
he needed the gates because that's all he had. He had nothing else, and he loses to him in base, so all he needed were the gates. So
No,
he just
okay.
needs the fifth
First,
gate
let me.
because that's all he
Okay,
can
okay,
use
okay. Let's do it
besides
one at a time.
base.
Do you think Neji was going all out against Lee, like when they fought?
I don't think so, but we never seen them fight until like Lee got like way faster and stuff. That was
No,
like a way weaker Lee.
no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not arguing against that. I'm just saying you
Yeah.
agree that like Neji wasn't going all out.
Yeah, he never was. Yeah, correct.
So Lee fought that version of Neji, right? Like a weaker Lee, that's fine. But he fought that version of Neji, right?
Yeah.
And a stronger Lee feels like he needs the five gates to be holding back.
Because he
So
can't beat him in base.
what?
Because he can't beat him in base, and what else does he have besides base is the gates. So that's why he needs the gates, because base Lee can never beat Neji.
No.
So the gates is all
Okay,
he has
okay.
as a power up. So
Okay.
he needs the
You
gates.
realize
That's
he
what I
could
think
have
it
made this
means.
statement when he went weightless. He could have said that when he was in third gate, fourth gate. But he said this
He said it in fourth gate, I think,
specifically when
but
he
that doesn't matter.
okay. Like only made the statement when he reached like 4th or 5th gate. So that means like he need that version of like he need to be in that version to beat a holding back Neji.
Yeah, so that doesn't make him equal though. Maybe when he uses that version, he fully outstomps him. He doesn't. He needs it to win. Yeah, I agree, but it doesn't make them equal. It just means that he needs that to win. But we don't know if it will still be a close fight or a straight up big stomp. So you can't really like use that because he just says, "I was saving this for you." So like he just wanted to like he just needs that. But we don't know if that puts him at equals or lower.
If it was like that much of a difference between, then like he would have just said it like initially when he opened like the first or second gate. I don't think like each gate is as big of an amp as like people think it is. I think it gradually.
So either. I don't think it's a huge amp either for each gate, but still I still think that like when Lee needs the gate, basically can't win, so he needs the gates. That's all I'm trying to say. Like it doesn't put him at equals. It just puts them like. It just means that Lee just can't beat him in base. That's all it means.
Okay, you know what? Even if I steelman that, are you aware of Gaara's statement he made, where he says like Sasuke is the only person that got
I
satisfied?
think because of like his bloodline and stuff, but I don't know.
No.
Because he's like a prodigy and stuff.
Bloodline. See, there's like okay, Kakashi stated Lee was a prodigy as well.
Yeah, Kashi stated it, but this is about like Gaara wanting to fight Sasuke because of like all the hype around.
So Gaara fought two prodigies. So why would you like prefer one prodigy above the other?
Because like everyone's talking about Sasuke, and he was like the highest in the academy and all that stuff. So everyone's like talking about him. No one's talking about Lee and stuff.
Why does Gaara know that? Does Gaara know he had the highest scores in the academy?
Well, not the highest scores in the academy, but like I think he just heard a lot about him and stuff.
I don't
because
remember.
Like no one's talking about Lee. Like no one would ever talk about Lee, but everyone was talking about Sasuke. Like the whole crowd, they all wanted to see Sasuke and stuff. So I guess I think it's just because of like his Uchiha bloodline, like, and I think because of his past too, because they share the same past and they have like, the same like things that make them strong. I think it's all that.
All right. Firstly, Gaara doesn't know any of this. All right. Gaara doesn't know Sasuke's past.
Yeah, remember when he doesn't know his exact past, but remember when they like talked during his Chidori training, and he said like, oh, like you have the same eyes as me, like they're like full of hate and stuff. I think it was like all about that.
Yeah, that's fine. Full of hate doesn't necessarily indicate like
no, but like he knows that they're like dissimilar and stuff. That they have like a lot of hatred, and I think like that's what it means.
Okay, so why does like having the same hatred mean like he's gonna be as strong as him, or why does having the same hatred like excite Gaara so much? You see, like, every like piece of evidence I've provided all leads back to my original point, which was that data book statement that says like Sasuke is Gaara's strong, like Gaara's strongest.
I think he also wanted to know a lot about him because of like when he first met him and stuff too. Like I think he wanted to like he was like very interested about him then, like even when they first met. He was able to like.
I don't think
when he was able to sneak up and stuff.
Do you remember like when Gaara watched like Neji and Hinata fight? He was so impressed by Neji. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So, and then this Sasuke kid who has no feats and no real reason to excite him, why would he be more excited for this one kid than like this like guy he was so impressed by?
I think because of what he was able to pull off. Like he was able to like stop Kankuro with just like a rock and stuff. I think he was just like impressed by like what Sasuke was able to do at like with very little. Like he didn't know anything about Lee, so like if he saw Lee prior to anything else, he would have. We don't know. He could have been excited about that too. Like you can't really use that he was excited to fight Sasuke because he saw like Sasuke fight in the first round and everything. He never saw one thing about Lee, so you can't really like use that. He never saw any Lee feats until he actually fought.
No, this is like between the exams.
But like he already beat Lee, so he doesn't care to fight him again because he already won. So I think that's why. If he saw Lee prior, he would have thought the same thing maybe. But he already beat him, so why would he care to fight him again if he already won?
Okay. You know what? This is kind of circular. You want to just leave it up to a judge?
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
Just on this point.
Yeah. I don't think there's
Like,
anything else we should go over.
Who do you think won and stuff? I guess.
Overall, so you guys are done debating entirely?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think whoever wins the strongest opponent point wins the debate. He's already done his reasoning. Do you want to conclude, Khan? Or do you
if
want
you
to
want, you can just have Joseph judge or something. You can have anyone judge. It's fine.
No, I'm fine with anyone
if you can't
judging.
judge, yeah, it doesn't matter who judges.
Okay, Joseph told us to do a conclusion. Do you want to do a conclusion?
So what would the conclusion be like?
Okay, so I'll just do it first. I think the reason I won't debate is because I've provided multiple pieces of evidence that all lead to my initial point, where my initial point was Sasuke being Gaara's strongest opponent, and he always brought up because of a better matchup, but the databook statement it specifically called Sasuke Gaara's strongest opponent. It didn't say due to him having an elemental advantage, it made him the strongest opponent. All it said, it directly called Sasuke Gaara's strongest opponent. I think this is why Sasuke is comfortable with Gaara. So his interpretation isn't really valid because the databook statement does nothing to and he has nothing backing up his interpretation. He just says it's his interpretation, but there's literally nothing backing it up. Where I've provided several pieces of evidence.
I think I won because I was able to prove a lot of things. I was able to prove that Lee was faster, kind of at least faster than or as fast as base Sasuke. I was able to debunk well, not debunk, but I was able to deal with that with your he wanted to fight him statement and stuff. I guess that's all I think. I don't really know who won, to be honest. I just think I won because I brought up who's faster and stuff.
Man, this was a lot better than our previous debates where he got slapped in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was able to hold my own in this one and last long.
Hold on, Tonwin, didn't you concede to Khan's first point though?
Point.
Which one?
Well, beforehand, Khan was arguing that guides stated that Sasuke was relative to Lee's average speed, which would be below gate speed, and that Gaara also compared Sasuke to base Lee's speed during the battle. And then you agreed to that and
both
moved
of them
on.
Are equal in base. Yeah, I agreed both of them are equal in base.
Okay.
And didn't you also kind of agree with my thingy about he didn't see any of Lee's feats, so he didn't want to verse Lee until he versed him. It was his first time seeing him fight, and he didn't want to fight him after the exam because he already won and stuff. The very last point.
I said
kind of agreed maybe.
No, I said I'll just leave it up to the judge. I didn't really agree.
Yeah, I guess.
Because you stating that doesn't help your case. If Gaara is disinterested in fighting Lee, but is interested in fighting Sasuke, that just helps my case.
Because he already beat him. He already beat Lee, so he wants.
Yeah, that still doesn't. That still helps my case.
But that doesn't make Sasuke stronger. He just wants to know. He also wanted to fight Neji too. I'm pretty sure, but he wanted to fight Sasuke the most because of what he's shown and everything else. He already dealt with Lee, so that's why.
Tana, and this has nothing to do with the verdict or the debate or anything, but I just want to point out that Khan is correct. Gaara did see Sasuke before he saw Lee, and his interest was already peaked. He had saw Sasuke sneak up on his brother beforehand, so he pretty much made a mental note of him. It really didn't have anything to do with difference in skill because he didn't witness any of Lee's skills prior.
Yeah, I'm okay with like him knowing about like Sasuke, but like I don't know why that make him interested to fight him.
The guy was literally like, "What's your name?" And then everyone else was like, "Oh, Sasuke," and then everyone else was like, "Oh, I'm Naruto," and he was like, "I don't care. I only care about Sasuke. Why wouldn't it be only Sasuke?"
Did his verdict.
It was a GG though.
Aldo should.
GG.
GG's. Aldo shouldn't give hers.
This is my best debate in my opinion.
Like, yeah, this was really close. Not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I almost lost, but
yeah, I'd literally just have to kind of give it to Tonwin's, kind of exactly what Joseph said, pretty much. That while you kind of addressed the base of the characters, you didn't address or you were unable to debunk or address Sasuke versus Gaara, who was on a different level than Sasuke prior.
Okay. Alright. GG's.